Welcome back to another week of Cooking with Square Food, and this week is a delicious cheese and onion pasty, perfect for these cooler times. Really flaky, buttery pastry, and then a sweet onion and really lovely, rich, mature cheddar cheese filling with a little bit of potato in there too. So I hope it's served as it is on its own, or if you want to with a little coleslaw or a lovely green salad as well. So I do hope you enjoy it.
So the first thing that you want to do is to prepare your onions by thinly slicing them. Place a good knob of butter in a saucepan, add your onions, and you're going to sweat those down for 30 to 40 minutes until really rich and golden. Meanwhile, you can make your pastry. Add in your flour, a good pinch of salt, and all of the cubed butter. Rub the butter through the flour with your fingers, making sure that you get right to the bottom of the bowl, crumbling all of those little pieces until it resembles a good breadcrumb. Try not to overwork it or it'll make the pastry tough. When you're ready, crack in your egg. Beat the egg with a fork until smooth, and then add into your breadcrumb mixture. Use a butter knife to mix it together, and then when it forms larger clumps you can use your hand just to squeeze it gently together, but again try not to overwork it. Once it comes to a ball, that's done. Shape it into a disc and place it on some parchment paper or on a plate with a bowl covering it, and then pop it in your fridge for about 30 minutes to rest. Whilst your pastry is chilling, you can prepare your potatoes by thinly slicing them and then turning them into matchsticks and then into little cubes. So they're going to be about 1 centimetre square roughly. You want them quite small, otherwise they'll take too long to cook. When your onions are nicely golden and starting to look quite buttery, you can add in all of your potatoes, give it a good stir through, and you're going to cook those for about 10 minutes with the lid on. Once they're cooked and you've left the mixture to cool, you can then add in your grated cheddar, and you're just going to leave that to one side until you're ready to make your pasty. So taking your pastry out of the fridge, you want to cut it into quarters. Each quarter is going to become a pasty. So with the first disc, you just want to shape it roughly into a circle, and then using a rolling pin with a light touch, you're just going to do a couple of rolls and then turn it and repeat until it's nice and thin. You want to make sure it's covered in flour so that it doesn't stick to the surface, and that's why it's really important to keep turning the pastry. It should be about the thickness of a 50p piece, and keep adding some flour if you find your rolling pins starting to stick. You can sort of shape it until you're happy. When you're ready to cook your pasty, take a quarter of your onion, cheese and potato mixture, and just slightly off centre you want to place a good amount of the filling. It wants to fill up almost all of that piece of pastry, just leaving a little rim around the edge. And then you're going to egg wash the edge of the pastry. That's going to help to seal the pasty. And then you want to just take the top end of your pastry and fold it over the top of your filling, and then just gently press down around the edges of the filling to create that sort of pasty sort of half moon shape. Gently press it together until it sort of holds a firm shape. And then you can either crimp it with a fork, which is nice and gives it a lovely decoration, or you can use your thumb and first finger just to gently pinch it and crimp it like I'm doing here. Go all around the pasty until you're happy. Go over any bits that don't look quite good. And then you're going to place that pasty onto a baking tray If you want to line it with some parchment paper to stop it sticking, you can. And then you just want to egg wash all of the pasty, making sure you're getting those bits of honey. And this is going to give it a really beautiful golden finish, so it's really important to do this. And if you haven't got egg, you can use cream or and you're going to bake it in the oven for about 30 minutes until it's becoming golden. Crispy.
Thanks for cooking along with us for another week. We do hope you enjoy the recipe. Do send in your pictures and videos. We love to see what you're getting up to.